Afternoon. All right. Basically, everything's the same as yesterday, so it's really nothing new. We got a walk through practice today. This opponent, it's a good opponent. They've been in a lot of close games. I think Coach Wilkes is doing a great job. I've known him from afar for a while in that division when he was defensive coordinator. Secondary at Carolina when I was at New Orleans, and they were always a pain in the ass. So they play that way. They're talented. Derek Brown's a hell of a player, and we knew he would be when he was a rookie. He can do it all. He's heavy, he's violent, he's explosive. Burns is really grown, man, as a rusher, edge defender. He's come a long way, uber talented. 97's a good player, Shaq, I've watched Shaq for a long time, played against him as far as there again when I was at New Orleans. He played the wheel, played the big nickel, and now he's the Mike. And so he's done all of them. He was with Kuechly all those years, so he's a smart football player, very active. Chin's a good player. Horn, man, we liked him coming out. He's been what we thought he'd be, good player. So his defense is stacked. They play hard. They run after the ball. And offensively, they have an identity. They want to run the football. They want to play action pass. This left tackle comes off the rock. This O-line comes off the rock. They've got a stable of backs that are aggressive downhill. And then Moore's dangerous. They got a couple of tight ends that are good players. Moore's a dangerous receiver. So, look, we got our hands full,
When you talk about your defense, you look at last year, you guys led the league in missed tackles with 132. You guys have reduced that to 48 this year. I think that's fifth fewest in the league. Just what's been the biggest difference, you think, in that department specifically, Dan? What's been the focus there, and why have you guys been so much better at kind of getting guys onto the ground?
You just make an emphasis of it, and that's something that we've talked about for a long time. And you got to be able to tackle. You got to work it. We do work it, and we've done a good job. It was something that we identified. And look, you want a good defense, you better be able to tackle, and you better get takeaways. And we're doing those things right now. So that's credit to Aaron Glenn and his staff.
You said nothing's new, but you were expecting an update on Deshaun yesterday afternoon. Anything you can relay there about his condition?
Yeah, I would say right now he's looking like he probably won't be able to make it.
Is this a multi-week thing you're looking at?
It's hard to say that. As of right now, it looks like it doesn't look very promising. But there again, we'll see how he feels every day.
One of the things you talked about in New York was your message to your team about not playing like you're afraid to lose, and that's kind of going to be the toughest thing about them going forward. How much of that is part of the messaging already this week, and isn't?
No, look. I honestly didn't really even hit that other than what I said. We talked about it at the game the other day. And so really this is just about, look, I showed them where we're at. They know exactly where we're at in the standings, and that we know what's in front of us, and we know it all starts with this one. So it's very much the same as it's been. We got a really good opponent. We got to go to their place. The weather is going to be cold. It'll be a little windy. And this team has an identity, and they're going to try to bully us. And so we have to be able to, to absorb it and answer back.
It's a little bit of a homecoming for Romeo. He's from Charlotte. You talked about him a little bit Sunday. But for him to get the sacks, and especially coming off everything he went through the past 13 months, what did that game mean? And maybe you can speak a little bit about just the work that he put in, I guess, to get back to this point, too.
Yeah, Rome's is, You wish they were all like Rome's. He's a blue collar guy. He puts in the work, and this has been a long, it's been a long process. Everybody heals differently, and so he just, man, I tell you what, I never saw him get down. I know it can get frustrating, that's for sure, but he never let it break him. He never let it, bleed into having a bad day, and he's somebody that believes in just stacking the days, man, putting in the work day after day, and he's a smart guy, hard worker, and there again, we're 3 weeks with him, and he's gotten better every week, and so look, I think it's just a testament to the kind of guy he is, the character, the type of character that he has, because he's worked himself back into this position is what he's done, and he's only going to get better and better and better more he plays.
PG had said, that you didn't really even get a chance to use him last year because he got hurt so early. So to add him to the pass rushing stable that you got now, what do you make of the group?
Yeah, it's good. Look, even the run game. I mean, that's the thing. His length, and his strength, and to be able to set edges for us, and then on top of that is the rush. There again, you got him on the perimeter. You got Hutch, you got Houston, you got Commission side, you got Pascal. So we got some options in our backers. So believe me, he helps us. I mean, he definitely helps us in that department. So it's great to have him back, and there again, just from having him on the field, that in itself is that's what it's about, production. But everybody loves Rome's, man, because he does. He's all about the team. He's a hard worker, and so it's good to have him back.
This is sort of uncharted water for a lot of your players, being in the playoff hunt and all the attention and expectations, except maybe for Goff. Obviously, he's been through it. But is that something you need to address with your player, or do you see that affecting them in any way, that all of a sudden they're kind of the darlings in the NFL?
Well, I kind of feel like if it was going to happen, it would have happened last week, because I felt like all of a sudden there was this big, all this attention, and everybody wants a piece of the players and coaches, and so if it was going to happen, it was then. I think because that was a big swing. We were in the sewer before that, and then all of a sudden life's great. So, and so I feel like, all right, we're through it now. To me, it's, man, the emphasis on there again. You can never lose sight. You got to respect the opponent and what they're capable of. They got a chance to win this division. They're very much in the hunt. So we understand that. We identified that. We know it's a physical unit. But the other thing is, man, you don't know. This is we got an opportunity. And you just don't know when these opportunities are always going to be there. And so we can't let this slip through our fingers. And by saying that, which is what you asked me a minute ago, was, we can't get so uptight with that it's, the stakes go higher and our temperature's got to go down. And that's how we have to handle it. But we have an opportunity here. And I think that in itself is, a guy like Decker's been here 7 years, been in one playoff. Hey, man, you don't know. And we are trending the right way. And I believe we're going to get better. We'll be better every year. But that doesn't mean you don't know what kind of opportunity you have, particularly you young guys, man. You better hold on to it and grasp it, us coaches, all of us, and let's make the most of it.
Physicality and their bullying style since Darnold's been in, they've shown their offensive game plan is to run it down your throat. Talk about stopping the run every week is a priority, but is it even more so with an opponent like this that has shown that that's what they want to do?
It'll be everything, because look, it's what Pittsburgh was able to do. They did a good job of being able to shut down that run game, and they got off the field on third down, and so Pittsburgh ended up playing the type of game that they really wanted to play, and they possessed the ball. They were able to get off the field on third down. Their defense, Pittsburgh was able to shoot. They were 75% on third down, their offense, so they stayed on the field. But it'll be very important, because if they can get this run game going, which they're pretty good at, their play action pass is real good off of it, and now you've got those strike routes with more. Your backers have to come down to attack the run, and there's just open space back there. So it'll be real important, and that's when Darnold's at his best too. He's playing pretty good football when they're able to do that.
Coach, along with what we were just talking about a minute ago about all the attention and all that, what's the value of having a veteran quarterback who's been through all this?
Yeah, that's
big games, all of that stuff.
That is big. That is big, because look, your quarterback is, he kind of gets everything magnified. That position does, right? The highs and the lows. Everything is he has to absorb so much more than really even a lot of guys do. And so when your quarterback's been through it, it helps. I mean, and golf in general is a pretty even kill guy, which I think is great. He doesn't get too low, he doesn't get too high. but he has been through it, and that is big, because we got a number of guys that can. They can draw off of his experiences. He can help them with that. Look, we do have a few guys now. Brocker's been through it. He's been through it. Jamal's been through it. Alex has been through it. Just this type of football. So, we got some guys, but other than that, we are young, but you can use those guys to draw from.
Holiday weekend on the road, are there any challenges that come with that, like Christmas Eve, family
No.
stuff? Anything
No.
like that? No.
No, not for us. I mean, we'll do whatever we got to do. We'll leave when we got to leave, and we'll play when we got to play. So, you want to play tomorrow? We'll play tomorrow. All good.
Thanks, Andy.